On the set, on the scene. Welcome back to the Breaks. It's your host Ken Boyer here for a quick Breaks update. Here to give a quick recap on the Game 5 matchup in the NBA Finals between the Miami Heat and the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs take care of the Heat, 104-114. They're now up 3-2 on the Heat, and I'm going to show a few highlights and just give my take on how I seen things play, playing out. And I mean, it's a lot of things that a lot of people letting go unlooked and untalked about, but I feel like I need to address these things. I mean, some issues and concerns as far as the great one, the one everyone wants to anoint, King James, and for reasons I really don't understand. But the big thing is Manu Ginobili actually stepped up and turned in his best, performance of the playoffs so far. I mean, he looked like classic Ginobili, from a few years ago for the Spurs, scoring 24 points and adding 10 assists. Tony Parker, he continued, his impressive series with 26 points and was just relentless to the hole, just relentless the entire game when it came to scoring, penetrating, just setting the entire tone. And especially at the, end of the game when, the Heat looked dejected and like they had no answers for him, he really just went in a beast mode and just took over. Starting off, Ginobili started it off, though. I mean, really just, he accounted for, 3 assists and 10 points in the first, minutes of the game, the first quarter. I mean, he accounted for, just about everything. He was Mr. Everything for the Spurs. Danny Green continued to play out of his mind, going 6 for 10 from three-point line, setting a new NBA Finals record that Ray Allen once held, with 25 for the series so far. And you still have one, possibly 2 games that he has to go where he can, just smash that record. But LeBron and Wade both scored 25 points. Wade added 10 assists. Wade really stepping up and looks like, former Finals MVP, man. He looked like, classic Wade. I mean, so he definitely got the memo that LeBron sent out. And Ray Allen, as usual, he added 21 off the bench. Chris Bosh, he chipped in with 16 points. The main thing, man, that a lot of people just letting go overlook, they say, okay, well, LeBron had a bad game and, this and that. You can't get them all. He went, 2 for 12 in the second half. I mean, I'm not so much upset as the fact that he only went 2 for 12 out of those shots, but the fact that he only took 12 shots in the second half of the Game 5 NBA Finals. I don't understand how you can be classified as the best player in the world and you only take 12 shots in the final 2 quarters of the Game 5 of the NBA Finals. I'm sorry. And for the most part of that game, I mean, you let Boris Diaw guard you. You're the best player in the world, and Boris Diaw locks you down. I mean, I'm sorry. On so many occasions I've seen where, too much passing, Dwayne Wade comes down the floor. He, take it full court and drive straight to the hole or go aggressively looking to score. Same you see with Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, even when LeBron guarded him, broke him down, jump back, step back jumper, to knock it in. I mean, just going relentless and playing. This is championship basketball at this point. I mean, it's pivotal. I mean, the Spurs starters outscored Miami starters by 24 points. I mean, think about it. Ray Allen adding 21 off the bench, which really kind of, you could say, offsets, Manu Ginobili being inserted into the starting lineup by Greg Popovich, which was, great move by him. No doubt about it. Great move by him. It really seemed to let Manu get started early and get his confidence built up so that it carried him throughout the entire game, man. He was just spot on the entire game. I mean, but Boris Diaw guarding LeBron James, I mean, what? I'm sorry, that's pathetic. It's nowhere in the world that you can convince me that the best player in the world can't dominate Boris Diaw. I mean, time and time again. I mean, I don't care. You only taking 12 shots in the last 2 quarters. I mean, take the shots. I'd rather you have 24 shots attempted and you go 4 for 24 rather than you go 2 for 12. I mean, that's disgusting, man. I don't want to hear it. You saying you going back to your Cleveland days and you sending a memo out to everybody else. Wade has stepped up. Chris Bosh is going to give you he's giving you 16 points and 6 to 8 rebounds on a given night. I mean, that's what more can you ask for? I mean, you're supposed to be the best player in the world. LeBron James is like, if they're not completely dominating the team and just overwhelming them, they have no answer. He folds. It's been plenty of times, you look through the highlights, that the guy, if he misses a shot, complaining after everything, him and Dwayne Wade, by the time he get back and into the screen of the play on the other end of the court, the ball is already launched off by Danny Green or somebody to hit them for a three and just take them down even more. They just look dejected and fell apart. Same thing. It's like they conceded. If we can't blow you away and everything doesn't come easy in the highlight reel, they have no answer for it. The main thing, that a person like Danny Green is showing him that was cut from his team in Cleveland, was cut from the Cavaliers. The first basic thing you're supposed to learn about basketball is how to shoot. You have to be able to shoot the basketball. Like, I don't understand that, how after all this time, a guy that you left that was terrible on your team, that couldn't get it past Boobie Gibson on a depth chart, now he's out shooting you. He's shooting over 2-3 people in his face. Now, granted, he's playing something like, Nintendo. I remember being 2 and 3 years old playing double dribble. They had a glitch in the game. It's like a guy named Haley or something like that who actually played for the Spurs, I think, on that team. And you just throw up anything in threes and it'll go in. That's he's playing out of his mind right now. But that just shows that Danny Green, though, have improved and learned how to shoot the ball. You can't be the best player in the world. You can't shoot the basketball. They give you wide open lanes, daring you to shoot, going up under every single pick and roll, every screen. And you can't make them pay. And Dwayne Wade is dominating. Okay, fine. You're supposed to be the guy that explodes to the rim and so powerful and overwhelming and freight train and all these different things. And you can't even drive on these fast break attempts and all these different things. You don't see the same, determination and the same power in the wheel. Dunk over somebody. Definitely dunk over Danny Green, which I'm sure you did a million times in practice 6 years ago. I'm sorry. I can't classify you as the best player in the world when a team shows the entire world over and over again you cannot shoot the basketball. You crowd the paint. You get you dejected. You lose the confidence when you see you can't just overwhelm somebody. It's not just off pure raw skill and athleticism and all of that. You lock down the paint, force you to shoot the ball. You can't. Then when you have opportunities to go one-on-one with Boris Diaw, you can't get past Boris Diaw. I'm sorry, man. Learn some post moves. You're 6'9", 260 pounds. I'm sorry. I cannot anoint you the best player in the world just because, the NBA and ESPN flash it across the screen. That's the reason why we do the things that we doing right now, because I get tired of seeing that. Get tired of hearing this over and over again, that this is the best player in the world. And people, they have people like Ben McLemore, coming up as, top 5 draft picks, and Nerlens Noel, somebody who's on IR right now and will be to next year probably. Crazy thing. Somebody just athletic but can't play. A team ball and real basketball players that win out over that any day of the week. I'm sorry. You're not going to. That's one thing Kobe would rather take the bad rap rather than say I went 2 for 12 in the NBA Finals. Danny Green has outclassed me in every way. He has perfected his shot, and I haven't been able to, but I'm supposedly the best player in the world. I'm sorry. You decide. As far as that, man, I don't understand it. I don't get it, and I'm frustrated. I'm interested to see what happens, tomorrow night when, the Spurs head back to Miami, take on the Heat for Game 6, man. But if LeBron don't shape up, man, and show everybody, what he's supposed to be, and build a realist thing in and bring it home, and quite frankly, I don't think he will. I really don't. I see a different person. I see that person that he was in Cleveland. While he's talking about his Cleveland days, he's literally went back to that. He's getting help from guys all over the place. Mike Miller, you know, if Mike Miller doesn't go off, or Morris Cole or Mario Chalmers isn't giving you 21 points, you can't do anything. I'm sorry, Dwayne Wade has stepped up. He's the star. Where's my other star? Where's LeBron James?